Alright, let's talk about the minimum ASCII to list sum of two strings. So given the string 1 and string 2, return a minimum ASCII sum of the character to make the string equal. So in this case, you are definitely using 2D array and then traverse and then using recursion and memorizing, and then you will be able to solve it. So this will be a little bit easy to just say it, but it's not easy to code it, because you need to worry about what situation you need to deal with. So I'm gonna just create a 2D array above and initialize my 2D array right over here. So the length will be s1.length, and then m will be s2.length, and then dp is equal to new int n and m, and then I need to initialize the dp so to -1. So for int d in dp array stuff field d to -1. Then I need to traverse the starting from the character 0, starting from position 0 and in S1 and position 0 in S2, right? So I need to have a helper function. And I'm going to create a helper function. So basically, and I need to worry about the base case, right? Base case. If p1 equal to the s1.length, check the p2 with s2. If p2 is equal to s2.length, check p1 with s1. So this is because that if your index is already hit the end of the S1, right? You cannot actually keep traversing. You need to keep adding the rest of the character in the S2 and then add into the variable you need to store, right? So I have a variable called result equal to 0, and this is actually later on you will actually append, put this variable into your dp p1 p2. Okay, I'm not going to code it right now. I'm going to use a pseudocode, and then you'll be able to see it. So if p1 is equal to s1.length, you deal with that. If p2 equal to s2.length, you deal with that, right? And also if p1 and p2 is not equal to -1, right? If dp p1 p2 is already stored, return. And the next situation is if s1 char at p1 is equal to s2 char at p2. You just have to go on the next character. This is because you don't actually need to add value at this position. At this dp position, right? So this is the easy way. And else, which is they are not equal, you need to find the minimum. Find the minimum is either p1 plus 1 in s1 or p2 plus 1 in s2. Okay, and later on just return which is the dp at p1 p2, right? And you need to return p1 p2 right over here. So no matter what, this is in, right? And they just start coding. So if p1 is equal to s1.length, traverse the rest of the p2 in s2, right? p2 less than s2.length. And the next one, if p2 equal to s2.length, and p1 plus plus result plus equal to s1 dot char at p1 return result, right? And then if they are not dp p1 p2 is not equal to -1, which is the initial value, you just return dp p1 p2, right? And if they are equal, if dp, sorry, not dp, if s1 dot char at p1 is equal to s2 dot char at p2, and then the dp p1 p2 is just using the recursion function to go over the next one, p1 plus 1 s2 p2 plus 1, and then else, right? Else, and I'm going to just place it over here. So else is what? Else is dp p1 p2, find the minimum, right, between the p1 plus 1 in s1 or p2 plus 1 in s2, right? But in this case, you need to append, you need to add your current character and then using recursion value to go on the next one, right? So math.min and then s1 dot chart at p1 plus, so current string p1 plus 1 s2 p2, or s2 dot chart at p2 plus s1 p1 s2 p2 plus 1, right? Then later on, since you already memorized the current position p1 p2, just return dp p1 p2, and this will be it. So they just run it, and here we go, you solve it, right? So this is not hard, just a little bit scenario you have to deal with. So let's talk about time and space. Let's talk about the space first. Space is easy, m times n, right? And then the time, this is order of n, and in this case you will actually traverse the entire dp, be honest, because for every p1 is actually the length of the s1, for every p2 is actually the length of s2, so which is m times m as well. So the time and space are the same, and this will be the situation to write a recursion, memorizing recursion solution. And if you feel helpful, subscribe, like if you want it, and if you have any question, leave a comment, and I will see you next time. Bye.